Well, hey, guys, we have a full house today. And I know that sometimes Dan Orlovsky does his thing in the booth, but we got something even better. We have an actual booth that's here in the studio. Now, we're going to get an opportunity to talk a little bit about Jalen Hurts. And he was called Michael Jordan after the game. And like Michael Jordan, he took a little break to let everybody else feel good. But he announced in the same way MJ did in the playoffs, I'm back.
Well, I think this is the hardest offense in the NFL to stop after the snap right now. It's very simple. They run like 5 or 6 plays, Philadelphia, but each play has like 4 or 5 options. So I want to have a conversation of defensively how you try to stop it. Right. They often line up in these 2x2s, right? And it's really like a triple and/or quadruple option that we know of. Jalen Hurts is really reading defensive guys on the line of scrimmage. You can hand the ball off. Jalen can be the ball carrier himself. You can get double slants thrown. There's 4 options on this play. How do you stop it?
So the thing we're going to do right now, you're going to see it starts out in a single high look. So we're trying to give the illusion that we're going to play a single high safety, but we're going to drop this safety out to go to a double safety shell. Now, in that shell, that means someone involved in here is going to have to be the poacher, going to have to be the hook guy. We have a hook guy in the nickel, but you're putting this linebacker in a quandary because he's part of the run front, but also has to get to Dallas Goedert here.
And that's the thing that I want to know from defensive people is, as I give this ball fake, if you're Jalen Hurts, I'm going to bring it to the back angle because there's that double slants where he's reading. But when you get this reverse angle and you really see the stress, Jalen Hurts has got a very simple thought process. As that back goes this way, he's got his eyes on that person. So you kind of said he's the poacher, right? If that guy flows that way, quarterback is just going to be pulled, replaced with the slant. But once that guy hangs, then I hand it off. But here's the reality. I want everyone at home to realize when I do that, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys versus your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And everybody is, I got 5 on 5. I'm throwing that like as a defensive tackle. What is the stress for you in these moments?
You know what's more stressful about RPO when they don't block you? RPO when you are on a block already and you have to read and try to figure out when to actually pull the pin. You and RC pointed out the conflict that 57 is in because he's actually the read guy. Yeah. And as the defensive lineman, you're just playing this straight up. But I want everybody to pay attention to the gaps. Look how far they expand because as D linemen, we are taught to react to the offensive linemen and play our blocks as we see them.
Right. The other thing is this too, Dan. If you go back to this screen, here's what we know. We're going to need, Jalen's going to have to feel, right? This is going to be Jalen's gap. Once everything, we lose a gap because we're getting the puller here. So in the puller, Jalen's going to have to feel here. The cutback gap is going to be taken by Lawrence, but we also have to see Davis is going to understand that he needs to throw front side in order to get the cutback.
So there's the example of like when that guy kind of pays attention to that pass game, how easy of a run thought it is. Now I can go very simply to that same concept because RC, there's that 2x2.
Run it back a little bit, just very slowly.
Run it back.
Right to the end.
Okay.
Right to the end. Just press play right now. Press play and highlight this guy. Watch how disgusted he is with himself. He knows he messed up there, not getting to the right gap.
So here's the thing. I can get in that same formation, right?
Right.
You're giving me that same defense. Now, you said 2 high last time.
Yep.
This time's going to be that 1 high. Now, Jalen Hurts is going, okay, you're in that 1 high. As that guy flows back going that way, I get these double slants where I get outside leverage from these guys.
Yep.
You flow. Dude, all I do is catch and throw. Look it, replace with that time. What's the answer?
So here's the thing. So the first thing is this. If I'm going to go single, right, if I'm going to go single high and I'm going to go man-to-man, I want to squeeze down here with Xavier McKinney and think play inside in this situation.
Hold on. So because you're saying this guy, you want him inside?
Yes. I will play inside to head up, and here's why. If he goes out, right, if he goes out, I can step, and get inside out and make the tackle.
Okay.
If we give up this pass, it's easier and it's quicker for Jalen Hurts. Now, watch the backer Davis here. The reason he's flowing, the earlier play, he wasn't in his gap. He wasn't prepared to take the cutback. So now he says, with the field reduced, I will not be late. He flows early, easy catch and throw for Jalen Hurts.
Let me ask you a quick question. So the Eagles also do this. They'll take that tight end, leave him there, but then they'll take like the receiver, A.J. Brown, and they'll move him down to a cut split. And what they'll do, RC, and you notice, is they'll run that same action, but they'll send him to the flat, and they'll put him on a little hook route. inside leverage. Like, how do you defend
Well,
that?
the only way to defend that is hoping that the splits are tight. If you're thinking stack split and we can get a combo call between this safety and this corner where we will allow number 2, who would be the inside here guy, Dallas Goedert, to go to 1 and I can play inside. I'd actually prefer and want that because now I'm more stout in the run. When they spread you out, they make it extremely difficult to make a play.
So you're saying you got to play man coverage. Like, my thing is this. If you're playing, I got 2 open guys.
Yeah.
You're playing man coverage. Does it matter the technique or does it matter the person? Because that's A.J. Brown as well.
Right. So what scares you? So here's what I would do here, right? If I'm in the red zone, let's play quarters. Because in playing quarters, I now involve people in the run, and my safety can be run and pass defenders, knowing that if I trigger at the nickel position, now this inside safety is inside man on number 2.
Perfect. I want to get to this one real quickly. This is that cut split. You see it down here at the bottom. This is that same concept. You get the ball fake. You're going to see the tight end to the flat and A.J. Brown.
Oh, God.
Should this guy drive, RC? Should that safety in this quarter
here's the first thing. We should be tighter right now. We've lost both poachers and inside guys. We know that Adoree Jackson is going to be fitting here, but this is more of a cloud coverage instead of a quarters because they don't have a quarters.
Do they pass that off?
They passed it off. They passed it off.
So if you're playing zone quarters, that's the best way for them to
I think that's the best way to play it. And right here in this cloud is just understanding what poachers you have.
One second, Dan. On that, no, they took it down. On that too, RC, to your point, this has been the issue with Philadelphia all season long. They want to attack your principles, and they make you think you're right every time you line up. But here's the conflict in this play, Dio, and to RC's point. You know why this trigger is late?
Why?
Look at that.
Monte, you could do
I can take the top off of it,
Which
dude.
was their first completed pass of the game.
First pass of the game. It is so difficult because that guy back there at quarterback is an athlete.
Well, I tell you what, they said he's Jordan. It's finna be everybody last dance if they don't stop this.
Oh, boy. Hey, I got to say something here. I'm sorry, Booth, that we made you watch all that good Eagles stuff. He's a Giants fan over here. We made him watch all that.
They did hire Saquon. He kept Saquon and Daniel Jones.
So all well there.
Them two can do that, too.
Like 25 plays.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
absolutely.
Hey, really fast. So, Booth, you're here on behalf of Make-A-Wish, and we granted your wish earlier with the help of the NFL. Has it sunk in yet that you're going to the Super Bowl, man? You excited?
Part of the family now. Part of the family now, guy.
He's an ESPN analyst.
I think that smile that's plastered on his face says it all.
You an intern right now, bro. You got to tell the people something. Say bye. See y'all at the Super Bowl. All right, man.